Hey guys, I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
We're two lifelong friends and musicians, but when we're not playing gigs, we like to talk games.
And today on the Game and Gig podcast, you get 3 for the price of 1 when we discuss the rising prices of PlayStation Plus, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and September releases. We were talking yesterday about games like we normally do because we were on the way to a gig. We were putting the gig in Gaming Gig like we do every Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. And we started discussing how Sony might be getting a little bit greedy.
Yeah, it's interesting. So this week we got some details that the prices were increasing on PlayStation Plus. Interestingly, not the monthly prices, only the yearly, like the 12-month option, because they have a thing where you can either pay by the month or you can pay by the year.
Yeah.
And it used to be that if you paid by the year, you got really great discounts on the monthly price. Like it was basically like, I kind of did the math on this earlier today to see what it used to be. It used to be that for PlayStation Plus Essential, if you bought it yearly, it broke down to like only $5 a month. Mm-hmm. If you bought extra, it was like $8.33 a month, and premium was like $10 a month. And so you were getting like 45 to 50% off by buying yearly.
Yeah. Which one do you have?
I have Essential.
Me too.
I just
do
have
you
Essential.
pay by the year?
I pay by the year,
too.
yeah. So only $5 a month.
Yeah.
Now they're increasing the prices of all the 12-month prices to be. It's still cheaper than if you bought it monthly, obviously.
Yeah.
But instead of getting like 45 to 50% off by buying a year, you're only getting like 25 to 33% off now.
Yeah. These are some pretty significant price increases for sure.
Right.
I mean, PlayStation Plus going up to $80 a year. For the Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra going up to $135 a year, and Premium going up to $160 a year. Mm-hmm. Those are significant.
Right. I think they've done this to kind of be more in line with the price of something like Xbox Game Pass. You know, the new Xbox Game Pass shakeup is also happening in September. Mm-hmm. They're adding Xbox Game Pass Core. It's replacing Live Gold.
Yeah.
And so I think they've done this kind of to be in line with them. Since Xbox is changing, they decided they were going to do it. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons I think that it feels really bad for PlayStation owners is we just got the prices for these PlayStation Plus stuff last year. It's just been barely over a year, and they're already raising prices significantly.
And I don't know about you, but I haven't exactly seen people just raving about how, this is better than Game Pass. This is an industry shaking service that Sony's dropped. I mean, I've heard people say that it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it still is cheaper, even with the raised prices. It is still cheaper if you buy it for a year than it is for Game Pass. Mm-hmm. But only kind of, because Game Pass has a couple different options. Core is $9.99 a month.
Yep.
For Game Pass, but that's the only one that they offer to buy by the year. You can still buy Core for $60 a year, which means it's at that $5 a month price point. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about Game Pass that like Xbox doesn't really talk about much, is that if you buy Game Pass console or Game Pass, well, I guess it's just Game Pass console. If you buy Game Pass console, you still don't have access to play online. You have to have Core and console. So why would anyone have that unless you don't plan on playing online?
That's dumb.
So you really are pretty much funneled into Game Pass Ultimate, even if you're on console.
Same thing with PC, right? PC doesn't have it. Doesn't look like it offers online.
It's on PC. PC has never paid for online play, so that doesn't count.
So that's a pretty good deal if you're a PC gamer.
Yeah, if you're a PC gamer, then you're probably pretty good with just the PC one. But Ultimate is really what they funnel you into, and that's $17 a month, and they do not offer a yearly option that decreases the price. I do think that these new PlayStation price increases it's ridiculous because it's only been a year.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why it sucks so much. Mm-hmm. I really don't think that they're really that bad, even with the price increase, but it is annoying that they've done this because they had really great deals if you bought it by the year, and now it's not such a great deal. It's not an awful deal, but it's not like it used to be.
Right. It's a little greedy. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So the question is will people keep their subscriptions despite this price change? Because people are upset and they're saying they're going to cancel. So I put out a poll asking, will you continue your PlayStation Plus subscription despite the price increase? And Daniel, here's with the results.
26% said, of course I'll keep my subscription. 21% said, of course I'm canceling my subscription. And a whopping 53% said, I don't have no dang subscription.
So it's almost 50-50, not quite 50-50, but about the people who have it.
Yeah.
A little over 50% of people are saying they're going to keep it, and a little under 50% are saying they're going to cancel it. That's a lot of people. Now, do I think everyone who said they're going to cancel is actually going to cancel? Probably not.
Because you have to do it. You have to actually do it.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you cancel your PlayStation Plus, you're not going to have online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's probably what's keeping people in.
Except for free-to-play games. Those are still going to be free, even if you don't. But,
yeah.
So, like, you're probably, I would suspect that there's, like, I'm going to skip ahead in the order of the comments we have here, but there's a comment that two people both left there very similar. Let's see. Darkenness said, I'll be dropping a tier. And Ian Wood said, probably just change my plan from premium to extra, as premium is rather crappy anyway at the moment. So I think that's probably what more people are more likely to do, is to move down a tier or just move down to the essential tier.
Yeah.
Like just not, I think that's way more likely than them actually canceling.
Yeah. But if they're already on essentials, then nowhere to go but off.
Nowhere to go but off, but like it says, it's kind of almost essential to have it.
Yeah.
And I think that even though, even at, it'll be $80 a year as opposed to the $60 it was, I still think that it's not a horrible value because the games that you do get for free every month are actually pretty good on PlayStation Plus. They're generally decent games. This month is not the best month because like the main big game they're giving is Saints Row. The newest, like 2022 Saints Row.
Heck yeah, Saints Row.
And although it is a fairly recent game, that game has not been loved by most people. So
Heather Cook loved that game.
Heather Cook did love that game. I mean, I think it had its fans, but I was not one of them. I thought it was okay, but not amazing.
Would you go as far as to say you thought it was mid?
I would definitely say it was mid. And did you hear that the studio just closed down? They got shut down after like 30 years of being
No, I didn't.
Yep. Yeah. So apparently
right.
Saints Row was not too great for them.
More like Saints No.
Okay.
Anyway, Ryan Smith says, I'll keep my subscription for now and let it run out. Xbots fought Microsoft and Xbox when Phil tried pulling this crap and won. So we can do the same. Didn't Jim see what happened when Xbox and Microsoft did this?
So this is back in reference to, I think it was like a couple years back. I think maybe 2021. Microsoft announced that it was increasing the price of Xbox Live Gold. And basically they were getting rid of the tier that let you buy it for a full year.
Yeah.
It was $60 a year. They were getting rid of that tier and they were bumping the 6-month price from $40 up to $60, meaning that people were going to be paying instead of paying $60 for an entire year, it was going to be $120 at minimum for an entire year.
Yeah.
Which is like doubling the price, which is crazy.
Right.
They backed out on that one day later, if I remember correctly.
That's a win for the Xbox.
I mean, but the thing is this isn't as dramatic. It's not like they're doubling the price of the service like Xbox tried to do. So it's not quite the same, but they are increasing it by, I don't know, I think people were saying it ends up
I think it's around a third.
30, about 30%.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is expensive.
Let's get the Play bots.
The Play bots?
PlayStation bots.
PlayStation.
Yeah. All right, hit us with Tom's comment, Randy.
No, Tom Derry says, I get a lot of free games out of it. Don't play online too much, so maybe I'll change my plan level. In the year I've had it, I've played Stray, Quarry, Messenger, Inside, Limbo, Indivisible, The Pedestrian, Thomas Was Alone, DQ11, Dragon Quest, and probably a few more titles. I see the benefit. Yeah. So you're saying you may move down because you don't play online too much. Well, I think all of them include online play, so that doesn't really help you. So it seems like you're taking advantage of the games that are available mostly in the extra tier. So maybe if you're on premium, maybe move down to extra.
Yeah. Yeah. At least you got to play the Messenger.
Yes,
What a
and
freaking classic.
Inside and Limbo, I love those games. Stray was a cool one, not my favorite game ever, but a cool game.
The Quarry we loved.
Quarry, really liked that game. Really,
Yeah.
really nice. I've not played Dragon Quest XI.
Yeah, I would like to know your thoughts on Dragon Quest XI because it's on my radar.
Yeah.
I have the demo just ready to go. Just don't have time to boot it up.
The demo is pretty quick. You'll get through it. It's not, I mean, actually, I don't know that it is. I may have stopped playing the demo. I may not have
You
played
may
the
not
demo.
made it through the demo.
I didn't love it. I thought it looked cool. I was not into the combat system. It just was not my jam, but
It does look cool. What do you not like about the combat system? I don't know what the combat system is. I'm just curious.
it's very traditional turn-based combat. You know, think JRPG stuff.
Yeah.
And I just don't love that. The only games I've ever really played that I've gotten into that were like that were like Pokemon. And it was very much kind of in line with something like that.
Okay.
You know, I played Paper Mario and did like it, but I don't know. I wasn't attached to the franchise at all, and I'm like, it just didn't seem like something I'd want to play a whole lot of. I knew it was gonna be a long game, and I was like, it just wasn't for me.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of people on our Discord who do like games like that. And if you want to talk to some of those people, and maybe even us, you should click the link down in the description of this video and join our Discord server. It's a good time.
Yeah, we'd love to have you there. We just, it's pretty chill, just hanging out, talking games,
Playing coffee golf.
It's a great way to keep track of us and what we're doing, and when we post videos and podcasts and all that good stuff.
Heck yeah. Randy popped off today in coffee golf.
I really did. Yeah.
He tied our gaming gig record.
Right, and I swear I almost beat it. That last one, I was like, if I get a hole in one, and it was like an inch away.
Yeah.
I almost did it.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Couldn't believe that.
Okay, so next we're going to be talking about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because something happened this week. We got a dedicated Nintendo Direct to Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yep.
Daniel is not a true gamer because he has not even watched the Direct.
I have seen highlights and bits and pieces from the Direct, but I haven't sat down and watched it in totality.
It's 15 minutes, so it's a big dedication.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. No one's got time for that.
You know, well, I just wondered if I had time for it. But now I'm wondering, did you think the Direct was wonderful?
I did. I loved it. I really thought that. I'm super excited about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm really excited that they're mixing it up. It doesn't look anything like the new Super Mario Bros. Games. And I've only played New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Mario Bros. The first one on DS. But those games are very samey. And I expect that we and New Super Mario Bros. 2, which I own but haven't played yet, I'm expecting those to be very, very in line with those other ones.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from other people.
I would say those games are samey, tamey, and lamey.
Yeah, people say they're just like, they played it like super safe. They didn't do anything. They just like kind of like very controlled, like almost sterile, you know?
Yeah.
And because of that, you know, people have gotten kind of turned off of 2D Mario, but this looks like they're really mixing it up. The main thing that's going to be there is when we have the Wonder Flower, which is just like, in my mind, it's an excuse from the developers to do whatever they want, to do any kind of crazy stuff that normally wouldn't be allowed in a 2D Mario game. Mix up the gameplay in the craziest ways possible. I think that's exactly what Mario needs. We need to get away from the super sterile, like just make it through the course, traditional enemies, like nothing really exciting happening. We need to get away from that.
Yeah.
And I think this is exactly what we needed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you made a good point last night. We were talking about this, and you said, you know, Mario used to be weird. Like, all the games used to be weird. And you're right. You know, you go back to all the way to, like, you know, the first one I think is, like, Super Mario Bros. 2. You know, obviously that one's super weird. Right. Maybe even weirder than the rest. 3 is freaking beloved and weird.
Yep.
Super Mario World is weird. Like
they all had their own things. They all had new quirks. And it was like that we got to the new Super Mario Bros. Games, and they just, like decided they were going to play it super safe with Mario, and just put out like the most, you know,
just generic platformer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not necessarily bad because it's still Mario.
Yeah, not necessarily bad. Just not anything to, you know, that got me hooked. Like
nothing really to write home about. Like not like, oh man, that was super cool what they did there. It was just like, that was Mario.
Yeah,
you know, and it just like it was like they distilled Mario down into its essence for the worst. You know, it was like not a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, because of that, I realize I've got like a residual bad taste in my mouth for 2D Mario. And I love platformers. I really do. For some reason, I I can't honestly say that I have a lot of hype for this game, which weirds me out because I thought I would.
Yeah, you have so little hype that you didn't even watch the direct on it.
I will probably watch it at some point.
There's new power-ups. They seem cool. There's like, and the thing is, like, the new power-ups, like two of the new power-ups they showed are both like combat and traversal power-ups. Like the bubble one you can use to like bubble enemies and it like carries them up and stuff. But you can also just blow bubbles and then jump on them like they're platforms. So like it adds all this cool new traversal stuff.
That's cool.
There's a drill thing you can use to drill under the ground and go through like underneath stuff. And you can use that as a thing. So it's like there's all these cool new power-ups. There's just those, but
I heard that the elephant can ride Yoshi.
anyone can ride Yoshi. Yeah.
I bet Yoshi's not pumped about that.
Yeah, Yoshi's spine is not having a good day.
No, straight up not having a good time.
Yeah, and the elephant one has like combat with the trunk, and then it also, you can carry water and you can do like puzzle elements with it where you can unlock new areas of the map. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
And I like it.
It does seem weird. I think it looks really good. Like, I think all the animations look awesome and it looks really polished. And I will certainly play it.
Yeah.
And I think I probably just need to actually dedicate 15 minutes and sit down and watch that direct and stop projecting the way I felt about the last game onto this one.
Yeah, it just, to me, seems super fresh. Everything about it seems high quality. I love the colors. It's like everything looks rich and just like, it just feels
The colors look good.
different.
You know it's going to look freaking great on an OLED Switch.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I thought of. I saw like the glowing from the Wonder Flower and the way. Yeah, that's going to look good on an OLED.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not alone in my hype for this game, because I put out a poll saying, do you plan on playing playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder? And almost 70%, 69% of people said that they are excited to play the game, which is a huge number. If you look at polls, like even Starfield was in like 40-something% of people said they were planning on playing it. So this is huge. This is like probably one of the most, yeses we've ever had in one of these polls. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom maybe also got a similar number.
Gotta be.
Yeah. But like the hype behind this game is really, really big right now.
Well, we got some comments. We got one from Super Waluigi Tom, who said, "Hell yeah, it looks amazing. Everything I would want out of a Mario game. I'm really excited now."
Yeah, and I put out this poll after the direct. So
Yeah, exactly.
So people had just seen the direct. And I agree. It really is like, and on top of that, there have been a lot of like gaming YouTubers and influencers who have got to play the game. And everyone that I've watched who has got to play it says it was awesome. Says it's really, really good.
Good.
So I've not seen any negative stuff about it. And normally, if they're already showing it to people, I think they're very confident in it. I think it's going to be a good game.
I hope it is.
So we have a comment here from this. It says Cool Mans, but this is really Bobbity. Who said, Bobbity? Would have wanted a new 3D Mario, but this still looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have a new 3D Mario, but at this point, it's just going to have to be on the next Switch, I'd say.
I think they're going to launch with it. I think they figured out that, like, hey, if we launch a console with a new 3D Mario,
we're going to move some numbers.
We're going to
move some units.
Yeah, and that worked out. They didn't launch the Switch with the 3D Mario, but it came within the first year. Actually, I think it came out in like maybe October of the launch year, so it came within maybe 6 months.
Yeah,
and it worked out great for them.
Now, you talk about something that I will have uncontrollable hype for is the next 3D Mario. That will touch me deep down in my soul.
Yeah, I loved Bowser's Fury.
Oh, it was great.
Loved that game.
Yeah, it was excellent.
And that was like kind of our intermediate 3D Mario game, and so good.
And obviously, we both love Odyssey.
Oh yeah, Odyssey's phenomenal. We probably both played Odyssey multiple times. I played it twice myself. I think you've probably played it at least.
I played it about 1.5 times, probably.
Love the game.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Our friend Tatum, he's like 100% at Odyssey twice.
Yeah,
he found every Power Moon twice.
Yeah, but it's that good of a game. So it's definitely In fact, I would probably argue that. No, I would say it's definitely the best 3D Mario.
Oh yeah. It's like one of the best games.
Yeah. I mean, like
Period.
I grew up with Mario 64, so it's hard for me to say that because I've played Mario 64 probably more than any other game in my entire life. But it was just because that was the game I had growing up.
Yeah.
And I replayed Mario 64 on the 3D collection we got a few years back, and it was still really great. I loved playing through it again, but I realized that it has not aged the best. It still is very impressive when you consider that it was the first game of its type, and it was such
They knocked it out of the
trailblazer.
park, man. They really did. They came out of the gate strong with the 3D Mario.
Yeah, but so the first one it can't be the best. It's just the most nostalgic to me. But I think that Odyssey is the best one.
Oh yeah, easy, hands down.
Although I haven't played Galaxy 2 yet, so who knows?
People say it's really good.
I know I need to play it.
All right, we got a comment from John Quincy Adams who said, "Mario games are fun, but I would never drop $60 on one. Never."
I think this will be 60. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Have they announced the price?
I don't think so, but I think it'll be 60.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for the 70. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. And I think if they had said it was going to be 70, people would have been talking about it.
You think John Adams would pay 70 if he won't pay 60?
He would never pay 60, but he would pay 70.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think that this is a very common sentiment amongst gamers saying that a full price game, or I should say that 2D games should not be full priced.
Yeah, that is a very common sentiment among gamers that I don't agree with at all.
I don't either.
I just don't agree. There's so much you can do with a 2D game. Just because it's 2D doesn't mean it's worse.
Right. I think that like I do get that there is some like logic behind it, being that like development costs on 2D games is probably a lot lower.
Probably.
So, they should scale it back. It should be, and that does make sense to me. But when you talk about like quality or like how much fun you're going to get out of it, 2D versus 3D, that doesn't change anything.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It's just a different type of game. But if you're making the argument that like, hey, games should be priced based on like a scale based on how much it costs to make the game. Okay, I mean, that's at least an argument that makes sense to me, but...
yeah. I don't see many people taking that approach, though. It just seems to be, this is 2D. You can't have full money.
Right. I mean, I think we're looking at it's a value thing, like, and I think that a 2D Mario game can be, like, definitely worth $60, because...
Absolutely.
I'm not saying all of them have been, but... they definitely have been in the past where they're worth, every bit of a, full price release.
Yeah, you don't think Super Mario World was worth $60 back in the day?
Right.
It sure was.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to think like but then again, that was back when 2D games were the only thing.
Yeah.
But,
I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that, to kind of wrap up our Mario Bros. Wonder conversation, I am super pumped about it. It comes out in October. It comes out the same day as... What other game releases on the same day as Super Mario Bros. Wonder? There's another big game. Oh, Spider-Man. The exact same day. Spider-Man 2. That's going to be an interesting day.
That will be.
Like that's very, very cool. But it's going to be hard to split your attention between... it's not going to be hard for me because I'm going to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder in co-op with Catherine. So I'll be playing Spider-Man 2, single player, obviously, and then... I'll be playing Wonder in co-op.
Well, I wonder if the people know we stream on Twitch.
I wonder that as well.
Did you know we stream on Twitch not 1, not 2, but 3 nights a week, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern?
Yep. Come hang out with you guys. We love to, hang out with you. It's a great place to chat with us in real time. It's the only place you can really talk to us in real time. And
that's right. If you talk to us right now, we can't hear you.
That's how it works. But we would love to have you hang out with us on Twitch. And like Daniel said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/gameandgig.
That's right. And we're fixing to shake up the lineup of games we're streaming too. So we've been doing a lot of Smash, a lot of Mario Kart, a lot of Rocket League. We're about to shake it up. I think tonight we're going to try Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that would be a couple days ago by the time this podcast comes out.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Grounded.
I'm going to try that one.
Fortnite might be coming back to the rotation. I mean...
Who knows?
I'm not even going to rule out the fact that we might at one point sail the seas again.
Back on some seas.
It's not something we discussed, but I'm just throwing it out in the universe.
It may happen. Who knows? All right, last topic of the podcast today. We're going to talk about the games that are coming out in September. September's a pretty stacked month, not compared to October. Next month's going to be insane, but this month is got some pretty big hitters in it.
It does.
Obviously, the biggest one being Starfield. But put out a poll here. Daniel, hit us with this poll where we're asking which of the September games people are most excited to play.
Yeah, so at 37%, folks said Starfield. As you can imagine, that was the majority. 22% said Mortal Kombat 1, 12% said Lies of P, and 29% said something else. So that might be a Payday 3, that might be NBA 2K24, things like that.
I was surprised that Mortal Kombat 1 was like almost up there in the same as Starfield, because I know that I know people like Mortal Kombat, but I figured like Starfield would be like way up there. And it did. Starfield did win the poll, but only slim,
Yeah.
It's not like it was overwhelming. Like people are super pumped to play Starfield.
Well, it's the Bethesda thing. We've talked about it before, but I just want to say, like, September for me is way stacked.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked. Yeah,
it's stacked in a year that's already been stacked, and it's going to be followed by another month that's stacked. I just want to double down again and say 2023 is probably the best year in gaming.
Yeah, I think we really. I mean, and the things is,
it just keeps giving.
Yeah, it really does, and we got some really killer good games.
Sea of Stars just dropped end of August.
Yep.
And if you're not playing that one and you like JRPGs, you need to get on that game. It is so good. It's so polished. It looks so good.
Yeah.
What a hell of a year.
Yeah, we've had a good one. And I mean, like, Starfield reviews came in, and they came in actually pretty much exactly what we guessed at. I think it was the other night we were on Twitch streaming, and we were having the conversation of, like, predicting what the Starfield meta score was going to be. Yeah. And I think I guessed 89, and I don't remember what you guessed. I think you said mid-80s, right?
Yeah, I think I said it would probably be in the 80s, mid to high 80s.
And it ended up being, like, about an 88. So, a pretty good score. Not like going to blow people away, but I think people who like Bethesda RPGs are going to enjoy Starfield. Seems like people who are already playing it, who do like them, are enjoying it.
Yes. And then, moving on to Mortal Kombat 1, everybody that's played that says it's great too. Yeah. So if you're into fighting games, especially if you're into Mortal Kombat, you're going to love that one.
Is Mortal Kombat 1 coming to any of this, like PlayStation Plus?
I was going to Google that here in a second because I really would like for it to be coming to Game Pass since I just got Game Pass back for Starfield. Yeah.
Now, the game that is coming to Game Pass is Lies of P, right? Isn't it coming to Game Pass?
I think so.
And it is, I played the demo and it wasn't my jam, but I also found out that the game is really like super focused on parries, and I was not aware of that when playing the game. It didn't do a very good job of like explaining that to you. I was trying to treat it like I thought I needed to dodge a whole lot, and apparently that is not the way you're supposed to play it.
Apparently it's a Bloodborne instead of a Dark Souls.
See, and I thought it was more like I thought I just need to be dodging a lot, and nope, I need to be parrying a lot. So maybe I'll go back and try it just to see, because I did love the atmosphere. I thought that the world building was really cool. It looked good,
Yeah, but I liked it all so much more than I thought I would. I really did. I didn't think that was going to be a game for me at all, and I loved the demo.
So who knows? I mean, maybe Lies of P is more for me than I suspected. So I think I might give it another try. But the problem is that there's so many games out right now already. Like I'm already behind on some of the games that came out last month. We got another really stacked month. I know Starfield's going to take up a lot of my time if it hooks me.
Yeah.
And I do want to play Mortal Kombat 1. Maybe that's a game we'll stream.
It's not available on Game Pass, by the way.
Oh, never mind then. I might rent it.
I would be more than happy to stream Mortal Kombat 1. That would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. That was the only fighting game that I really enjoyed as a child.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So, we got a comment here from Young Ruckus, who said, majority voting Starfield like it ain't gonna flop. I don't know, man. I don't think Starfield's gonna flop.
I don't either.
It already hasn't flopped. It's out in early access and it hasn't flopped. I don't think that once it hits like full, it's gonna flop. I really don't.
I think it's gonna be okay.
I think it's gonna be exactly. I think it's just gonna be okay. I think people are gonna like it, not love it, and that's just how it's gonna go down. It's gonna be I think it's good for Bethesda to have a game that isn't gonna completely like flop at launch, because Fallout 76 just like has tainted so many people's mindset of what Bethesda is and what type of games they create.
I would say Starfield my impressions of it right now is that it probably doesn't have anywhere to go, but maybe a little up. Because not that it's on the bottom. That's not what I mean. But Bethesda is going to patch things. They're going to add things. I think it will only get better from here, and it's already apparently pretty good. So
Right.
I think it may not go down in history as a Skyrim, but it ain't going to be no 76.
Right.
I don't even think it'll end up being a Fallout 4. I think people are probably going to like it more than that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And people didn't hate Fallout 4. I mean,
No.
there were some people who didn't like it, but overall it was pretty positive.
Are we ready to say Starfield crisis averted?
I'd say probably. I mean, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay the extra just to play it in early access.
I didn't either.
And it's like, I'm just going to wait until, I think it's like this, in a couple of days. I don't know. I think it's like September 6th or
It's
something.
the 6th. It's
In 3 days. By the time we're recording this podcast. By the time the podcast comes out, it'll only be 2 days away.
That's right.
So I'm going to play it then. So, guys, we have made it to the end, but we're not done yet, because what we like to do at the end is we like to shout out people who make it to the end of the podcast. And we do that through our 3 for Dale Club. So we have like a secret code phrase. If you leave a comment and leave 3 for Dale, that lets us know that you made it to the end of the podcast. And what we do is we round up everyone who leaves that in their comment and we shout them out at the end of the next podcast.
We round them up. That's right.
Yeah, we round you up and we shout you out.
So up first, sorry, I get choked up when I think about 3 for Dale Club. Honestly, it's near and dear to my heart. I can't stand it. But first up is D18. Welcome back.
Yes. Next we got Greg Davies.
What it do, Greg?
What's up?
Next we got Bobbity.
Bobby back again. Next we got Boods B. I don't know.
Boods B.
I don't.
Sounds like Burt's Bees.
Kind of does.
Next up, we got a newcomer. His name's Brody Blackwell. Some of you may know him as the Groundhog Jar. Welcome back, Brody.
Yep. We also got Laninator back again. Laninator's been hanging out on our Discord with us.
And on Twitch.
And on Twitch.
Laninator's our resident JRPG expert. So
Yes.
next, we got Guy and Tom. Welcome back, Guy.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I'm glad to have you back, guy. Next we got, of course, Dale himself. Landon Stallings. I don't even remember the last time he missed a 3 for Dale Club. Landon, thank you for always being there for us, man.
Thank you. Next up, we got Spunk J.
Spunk J back again. And then finally, we got Morris Dennison, which Morris Dennison left this comment saying, I can't believe I've been missing the 3 for Dale Club. But now we're here.
Well, we're glad to have you, Morris.
Yep. All right, so that's the end. So until next time, I'm Randy.
Which makes me Daniel.
And this has been Gaming Gig.
Go Braves!